Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Podcast of Stuff, episode 86, where I am not in shitty stereo. If you're trying to
Thank
figure
God.
out.
I kind of wanted to die for a minute there with that shit.
On occasion, my webcam just likes to turn on its microphone and subsede every other microphone, more expensive microphone that is plugged into this computer. It's like, hey, me!
Every once in a while, the CIA decides they want to spy into Mike's house. It's fine.
They want a front row seat to the Podcast of Stuff, and who wouldn't want that? I mean, come on.
Sure.
People.
We have the best.
Visit my cam show at
Yeah.
www.
Want to stare into Mike's room.
Yep. I have a green screen. So, it is actually like the day before BG and DA come over.
Yeah.
This was going to be our Anti-Ohio Con weekend, but life happened.
Life sucks. So
Life
things
happens. People.
Can't happen.
Kelly apparently caught the mic bug. She's
Oh
been
my
like sick all
goodness.
winter so far.
Yeah.
That's not normal.
Yeah, this time.
No, yeah. The Mike immune system is apparently infectious to
Yeah.
people with certain.
So you guys happy you're coming over?
dispositions.
Yeah, like this time last year, if you guys remember, like I had no voice due to like a massive cold.
Mm-hmm.
Just
It's
like the
recorded.
entire weekend. We were playing like $1 Million Butt. It's like $1 Million Butt. Or fucking our Monopoly game of DA getting the luckiest fucking rolls.
Or DA just being skillful enough to be able to.
So you're saying you loaded the die?
It's not cheating if you don't get caught.
Filthy,
This is very
filthy
true.
cheater. Oh boy.
When we do try this again in March, though, we have to play Monopoly again.
Or other games. I have a lot of board games. A lot of board games.
But I need another Monopoly. Me, Kelly, and Ed were talking about this on Discord. That Monopoly game was classic.
Don't say tainted. Okay, I'm about to say. Freaking accept the boot on your neck and shut up.
DA, what happens when we assume?
I'm just saying.
I win at Monopoly. Shut up.
I'm just saying.
I got
was ready for some salt, but apparently Keats just saved that for the Mario Party.
That was complete trash.
Oh boy.
There was no. You know what? I'm not getting into this. I'm not getting
No.
into this again.
Again, like, just everything about that weekend was amazing. So I look forward to doing it again with new games, for sure.
Yeah.
But I don't know if anything could ever match how entertaining the Harry Potter match had been.
Oh, and I lost that footage.
Oh.
Oh.
Wait, I thought
Oh,
didn't
darn
I
it.
have the footage?
no, you don't.
Read Dropbox.
You won't.
again.
You won't have it next tomorrow.
Okay. I was gonna say I'm pretty sure I
it-
still have it.
It was on our old hard drive. 'cause,
Ah.
I don't have a lot of space on the actual computer.
If anything, it's still on Dropbox, unless you actually hard
No,
copied
I
it
deleted
over.
out of Dropbox.
Okay.
I do that to clear space for everybody.
Yeah.
Because it was like 17 gigs.
Well, I mean, I think I have like 100, so, so I think we good for a hot minute, anyways. I'm actually hoping because I am almost in the midst of finishing writing for my D&D campaign that I'm gonna be doing with some of my buddies. I found this a while ago, where this dude basically, for under $150, made this super legit game table, and just has a complete instruction video on YouTube as to how he went about it, how he built it, and all that is for people that don't have any sort of handyman skills. Me can follow, so I might.
It's really not difficult at
Do
all.
that.
Yeah, I've seen that happen before. My friends, they played Kevin, Joel, those guys. They play Warhammer, that
Mhm.
figurine one.
Yes.
They had a giant fucking table built for their matches with all this different terrain and nonsense. And these guys are the most uncreative motherfuckers I've ever met. Anyone can do it as long as you have like some sort of imagination ability.
Yeah.
Mike, you almost broke your butt just playing basketball.
And
It's not that demanding of a sport at that level.
At that level.
And you almost broke your butt.
and
Did you ever put that IKEA table together or whatever?
yeah,
How did that go?
fine,
How many fingers did you break?
none.
Hey man.
You're, this isn't like if I was like playing some kind of sport, then yeah, I'm out of shape. But building a table's really not physically demanding.
You gotta pick up a hammer.
Yeah, and I've used hammers before.
I like how we just have this caricature of Mike that he is this infirm, ancient old man. Like he's like the fucking crypt keeper in human form.
Yeah, I was about to say I'm literally like Gollum in your eyes.
No, Gollum could take a hit. You're like the crypt keeper. If somebody actually hits you hard enough, I think you disintegrate.
To me, for anybody that's ever seen Flashpoint, it's like when Superman got out of the cave. He's just a frail-looking nothing.
Just constant red sun. That's me. But this table though.
A slight breeze. I have a cold.
Even a slight breeze, indestructible.
Blow me away. Yeah, this table actually has like embedded outlets in it, cup holders, like trays for your dice or any other pieces for whatever game you're playing. It goes like inward and has like a either felt or foam like interior, like whatever you want to do. And the guy's design actually is made to put a TV in for like digital D&D maps, but I'm not gonna go that far.
Huh.
Yeah, it's pretty freaking cool, and like I've been wanting to do a project like this for a little while now. So,
Yeah,
and
it'd be fun.
we have a workshop
To
downstairs.
prove you're a man.
Just because I want to, creative
Prove
outlet.
you're a man.
No, I find that concept stupid.
Creative outlet is writing, or editing, or any
Art.
of the
Woodworking isn't
anything.
art.
what?
Woodworking is not art.
No.
Ooh, I have friends that would
Not for
disagree.
your level. Not for putting together a table. They
Not
do.
slot A into plug B.
Yeah, that's not art.
You actually have to cut that out though.
Okay, I'll put it like this. A kid building an A with Lego blocks is not art.
Gotta start
Those
somewhere.
in 90 billion piece things are art.
Gotta start somewhere.
Yeah, you're starting with an A. You're going, isn't it art though? No.
You may want to chill out a little bit. We're staying at his house tomorrow.
Speaking of, how far is your house from your old college?
Old college?
Yes, BG.
Like 2 hours.
Yeah.
Screw it. Maybe I could bus there.
Why?
It's,
I got invited to a tournament.
Oh, interesting. Well, either
Is it a
that or
one-day
you
thing, or-
convince DA to make his first cross-state trip in a car. I don't know where you're at with your driving.
Yeah, it's not.
nowhere.
But it's
You
only on
almost
Saturday.
killed me, and then it started snowing. I'm just like, I can't. It's snow. I'm
Well,
not
if
gonna
it's
learn
if
anything.
it's only on Saturday, I mean, you
Maybe
guys could probably
March.
make a trip.
Definitely March.
Awesome. Actually, you know what? All the arts and crafts shit that we're talking about leads into a discussion that I wanted to talk about last week, but didn't get to because it was announced that Wednesday. So, and Ralph alluded to it last week. So Nintendo announced a thing.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, that. Yeah, okay.
They had their direct, which was mostly a lot of Wii U ports, which that's cool. And then like a week later, they said we have an announcement for kids and those who are a kid at heart. It's like, huh? Okay.
Oh my god, I fucking hate this company.
I'm like, okay, that's whatever. I saw it, and Ralph's reaction brings up the topic that I would like to discuss about this. It's like cardboard arts and crafts thing with a little bit of like you open the inside and it actually has like little intricacies and stuff to the things that you make depending on what thing you make. And I went and looked at it. I go, huh, not for me. Like I saw it, I'm like, that's interesting. I
They
wouldn't
are
play.
selling you cardboard. That's what they're doing.
It's for kids.
She's just. Do you know how much people already have boxes in their house? Why
You know
am
what
I
else?
buying? Why is anyone buying a fucking a licensed Nintendo cardboard just so you could use these designs that literally any fuckwit could just do on their own?
Did you see the inside of them though?
Yes, it's fucking stupid. Nintendo just thinks they can fucking sell anything they want and
they
people will
can.
buy it. And their customer
They
base
big
do.
can.
It's not the fact that they think, it's that they know.
Yeah, their customers let this happen.
They don't
So
let it happen.
fucking
They
stupid.
actively participate in
That's
it.
what that's kind of what I mean. It's like they go with this.
The dude, Amiibo should have never been a thing. Ever.
PlayStation's now doing it.
Yeah, and they're gonna flop.
Like
It-
what the
it-
fat princess.
I saw Parappa the Rapper and the Hunter. I saw those two. But
These are
anyways,
integratable with your PlayStation All Stars.
the thing that I wanted to say about that though is, again, it's not
God.
it's not for you. It's not for
Oh
me.
god.
I
my God.
am not going to buy this because I
Oh my
don't
God.
care.
You know what
Oh.
else was for kids? The stupid Skylanders thing.
Yes.
And they flopped. That business is dead.
Is Skylanders dead? I haven't really heard
Yes.
anything about it.
Yes.
I knew Disney Infinity died.
The toys to whatever thing, I forgot what it's called, is dead. The business is absolutely dead. I don't know if the game is still going on, but the business itself is dead.
Yeah.
Rock Band is still putting out DLC. That is dead.
And that's, to me, whatever. My point is, there are 30-something-year-olds, or late 20-something-year-olds in Ralph's case, that are getting very angry at this thing. And I really don't
Yeah.
see why, because you're not
Because
going to buy it.
Nintendo could, if they actually gave half a fuck about, or had a small heart that said, you know what, our customers would like to do small little DIY projects just to have these cute little things. So you release the shit on fucking line, just the designs.
They are
Say,
going
here,
to.
do you have cardboard around the house? No, they're not.
Yeah, they are.
Not for the first month.
Yeah, but they are going to.
That's fucking baiting you to buy it. They're
That
saying,
is
oh,
where they're gonna
if-
get the most of their sales.
yeah, they know for a fact no one's gonna buy this after the initial month. It is the scummiest of scumbag business models.
Nah.
It's
that
EA
they didn't-
level.
Let's not forget they didn't put in wall plugs in their DS.
Oh yeah,
Let's not
Nintendo
forget
is seriously shadow EA. Like they are as fucking corrupt as EA.
Ugh.
They're just better at selling you shit. It's bad.
I wouldn't go that far.
Agree
I
to
do.
disagree.
I
2K
do.
games.
Okay.
I was about,
Okay.
like, for me,
Okay.
Nintendo has always viewed themselves as a toy company. They in their
No,
inception
they're
was a toy
entertainment
company.
They're
Their inception was a
entertainment
toy company. They sold
Yeah, but
trading
they view
cards.
themselves as an entertainment company.
No.
So they'll do whatever the fuck
they
need
have
to.
viewed themselves as a toy company. That's why they don't compete with Xbox or PS4, because they don't view themselves in the same category as them. That's how they viewed themselves for years,
God.
decades.
I don't
and they're selling a
understand
toy.
How people can defend Nintendo.
They're selling a
I,
toy,
I do not get it.
and
It is.
I ain't
it
gonna
is-
buy it.
It is.
There are people that are
it is a
excited for it.
Snake oil salesman selling snake oil. This thing is useless. It does nothing. It is literally a stencil you could upload to your website and say, "Here, do you have cardboard around the house? Do these fun, creative things to have fun playing with your fucking console that we've overpriced. Enjoy." No, they decide, "Hey, we're gonna sell Nintendo licensed fucking cardboard, Mike. Don't defend this. This is the ultimate shill."
I am not gonna buy it.
Oh
At the
my
end,
God.
I don't care. I just
Oh
think
my
people
God,
getting
that is the
mad for
problem.
no. People
That is
are
the
getting,
problem. People who just say, you know what, it's fine, it's not for me, allow this shit to continue happening. If you say This is bullshit. Eventually, they stop doing the bullshit.
To me, that's essentially the people that say loot boxes are fine if it's just cosmetic,
Yeah.
but it's still incentivizing you to buy loot boxes because you can't just buy the straight up DLC of the costume you want.
Well, at the end of the day, they don't really care about your bitching. They care about you paying for
say
it.
that. When enough people complain about something, guess what, Mike? It changes. EA,
Destiny 2.
Star Wars.
EA stock is now approaching record highs currently.
Again, after the huge
After.
dip because of people's
Yeah, so
complaining.
it didn't really do anything.
Complaints. It did a
It did.
lot,
It caused
Mike.
a
Their
huge dip.
stocks tanked when people started complaining.
And now
After
they're
they
now
retroactively
it's
fixed
calmed
their
down.
shit.
It's fine again. And then you
Yeah.
got stuff like Destiny 2, where the experience, they keep calling them out on there like, oh, that's not working right, and they have to keep changing it within the game.
Is that them calling it out or people
Yes.
dropping the game like
No.
Like-
They're people who still play the game. Their small player base are very vocal, and whenever there's a new patch, people will notice what's wrong instantly, and then the forums light the fuck up like a firestorm. When people complain and call out bad business practices, and they say, "Listen, this is nonsense. How can you do this and try to say this is for your customers? This is bullshit." People, that shit changes, Mike. The problem is with companies like Nintendo, people are apologists. And that is what allows these companies to continuously do things and manipulate their customer base. That's what this is. They are literally selling you, quote unquote, Nintendo licensed cardboard. That's the sin here. And the fact that you didn't have a visceral reaction to that shows how ingrained this mentality of, it's okay, it's Nintendo, really is in you. It's wrong.
I don't view it as it's okay as Nintendo. If Sony did the same thing, again, I wouldn't care.
Oh God, I doubt that. Two,
No.
that's wrong. That's wrong. Like there's overpricing of DLC where you don't know how much went into this. Where you're like, you know what? I don't know why it's so pricey. Maybe there were some errors. Things had to be, longer time to be worked on. Who knows? This is literally a licensed cardboard box being marketed for a price that I guarantee you is too much. That's obvious.
Oh,
This is
it's
not okay.
It's $70.
Yeah. Oh,
Whoa.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Jesus fucking Christ!
There's a game in there, but I agree that's too much.
Whoa.
I heard it was 30.
No.
Okay, the
Mate.
fact you're not angry, Mike, is actually pissing me off a lot. Like I am now I am actually shaking with rage.
That's not a little amount of money.
It isn't.
People are going to be begged to buy this for their kids.
They
People are
probably
actually
repurchase-
going.
Go ahead.
I can't even. The functional thought that people will be buying this. That's infuriating.
So now here's a question. Not about the business practice or anything, but about just the arts and crafts aspect of it.
What about it?
Do you think, in any way, shape, or form, that a kid would get this, see how it would be constructed, the act of putting it together,
Oh, don't, Mike.
would inspire anything?
Mike, are you fucking serious?
I'm asking. Yes or no?
Okay, here's Mike. Okay, let me line this up real quick.
Forget the business
No,
aspect of it.
I am. But what I'm trying to say is, you are literally trying to say that a $70 cardboard box kit
I'm not talking price.
is what? No. Hold
I'm
on.
not talking price.
Is fine if it inspires kids to be more creative. That's the gist of this.
I'm not insinuating that.
No, that's exactly what you're insinuating.
No.
You're saying, but, there's a chance that this creative kit could inspire people to be more creative. It's exactly what you just said. That's the exact argument you're trying to inspire.
I think
here.
it's too expensive.
It is. It shouldn't be fucking expensive at all. It shouldn't be anything.
Mike, what was your question?
I asked, do you think this kit could inspire someone to be creative, go into some form of engineering, some
Oh,
kind of
I
building
wouldn't
thing?
go that far. I wouldn't go that far
No.
because, as a kid, like there's a lot of things you are do creatively, uncreatively, stupid wise that influence you, but it doesn't necessarily like, oh, this is what I'm doing with my life. But do you not think this they could accomplish the same goal by selling the game, just the game itself, for $30, and then putting on a website? Oh, here's how you construct this out of everyday appliances like cardboard, like a cardboard box you have lying around.
Mhm.
And then the kid goes online and does it, and then they still have that same creative outlet, but now they're not paying an extra $40 for it just because it's Nintendo.
You could, yeah.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. They could literally just go on the website like, here's how you construct it out of cardboard box
Yeah.
at home, and kids do it, and it's like, oh, this is cool. It's actually making something on the screen.
Yeah.
You don't need the $40 extra to go to Nintendo for what is probably repurposed shipping boxes.
Yeah.
Like who? It's
nonsense.
Not great. It's not great.
It's nonsense. It's literally one of the biggest scumbag maneuvers business-wise I've seen in a long fucking time. It's really dirty.
All right.
Like this is awful. Like there's usually like you see companies do like really stupid shit. For instance, I'll call this out. Ubisoft did this now with Assassin's Creed Origins. The story ends a little abruptly, and now this first big story expansion comes out, and I'm telling you right now, it looks like the way the game was supposed to end. Because they announced throughout the entire ad campaign of this is the birth of the Brotherhood. The game literally ends with them just with a cutscene saying that they've made the Brotherhood. Yeah, it's not formed. No, you haven't done anything.
We have done it. Credits.
This story DLC is literally the birth of the Brotherhood, the birth of them forming this Brotherhood, being a thing. That's how the game, I feel, was actually supposed to end, and they just did the Konami cut the end off and make it a DLC maneuver that they try to do with Metal Gear.
Mm-hmm.
And that's disgusting. I'm not buying it because of that. I would love to play it, but I will not buy into that. And that's what I feel like people who fucking follow Nintendo don't do. They don't call them out, and they don't punish the company for doing shit like this. And it's come to the point now where they're literally charging you apparently $70 fucking for a cardboard box.
Let me get the actual price, but I knew there's like two things that they're selling. One of them 70, and I forget what the other one is.
I don't whatever. They're selling you a cardboard box kit. Like this is it. This is the end result of the mistake of pacifism when it comes to business practice. This is awful. So I literally cannot stand anyone who defends this. It's egregious. It's just terrible.
Well, that was a good run at friendship.
You're still behind this. You're still just mad on it. Really?
Yes.
Jesus
I am not
Christ.
buying it, so
This
I
does
don't
not
care.
look like something a kid is gonna construct.
No.
This is definitely a parent and child project,
Yep.
and I don't know if a parent would have the patience for this when they could just throw Mario in their face and just go at it.
Yep. Yeah. No, this is literally an egregious shill. There is no apology here that is acceptable.
$69.99 and then $79.99 for the robot kit.
Fucking Christ!
Would you like to hear their official name? This is gonna piss you off.
Let's fucking hear it.
Toy Cons.
Yeah, I've heard that already. I thought
Okay.
it was something different. I thought that was a joke at first, but no, I guess
Nope.
it's real.
Just
Oh
go-
my god.
Joy-Cons, Toy Cons.
Nintendo, Nintendo has always been like right up there with Apple with companies I just don't like. I literally have come to hate them recently.
At
Their
least
business
Nintendo
practice.
makes good games.
Okay. Their company is shit. They are on the same
never
level
going
as
back.
EA, in my opinion.
Boy.
They are on the same level. They just do things a little bit more polished.
The robot kit comes with cardboard sheet times 19,
19 of them.
card stock sheets times 4.
That's 4 of them.
That's the greatest amount of things you're gonna get are cardboard.
I can't. This.
See, you see, I was out of the loop as I usually am with video game stuff, and I just went on Twitter and people just like, Nintendo's making you buy cardboard. I'm like, what's going on here? I saw this, I was like, oh,
Yeah.
This isn't just a meme.
No, it's real. It's fucking terrible.
Not people blowing a thing out of
Yeah,
proportion.
like, oh, this life.
It's
Yeah.
pretty much cardboard. And justifying it that it's for kids.
There's no justifiable.
I'm sure a parent doesn't
Situation,
see
yeah.
it that way. I'm
No.
sure a parent would love to just go, hey, we got a ton of cardboard laying around. We could just make this ourselves and have a fun afternoon project, courtesy of Nintendo, instead of $70. And then you have to make it at that point. You're not spending
Yeah.
$70 and letting that crap lie around.
Exactly.
Yeah.
This is terrible. And the fact that you're not angry about it just shows how much of an apologist to Nintendo you are.
Again, if it were Sony, if it were Microsoft, I would not care.
That's a shame though. That's
Why
really a
don't
shame.
you care?
Yeah,
Just because it's not for me.
that's not
for
the
me.
point.
It's not the same thing. Okay, let's put it like this.
People that make clothing manufacturers, that make designer clothings, yeah, that's whatever. Not for me. I'm not going to buy it.
Here's what I'm saying. It could still affect things that you do like though.
Mm-hmm.
It's a pricing. It's something that is happening in the industry that could become big that others follow suit on, and then all of a sudden, the Labo or however you pronounce it now become the new Amiibo, which would be problematic for you because what's something that you were never gonna buy now you may want to buy for Hyrule Warriors 2 to get some unlockable costume or something or weapon. That you
Get
have to
Link's
construct.
cardboard sword by getting the Labo.
Potentially, but
That's
for one thing, I don't see this succeeding at all.
That's not the point. It could. It very well could.
Very well could. I don't see it succeeding.
And
though.
that's bad.
It's a poor practice that you're excusing simply because it's not for you. It would be like if Madden games all of a sudden went up to $200 and they still were like the number one selling video game when they came out. You go, oh well, it's not for me, so it doesn't matter to me. Then all of a sudden, all games are $90. Like
Yeah.
it could. This is a real slippery slope argument, but just going it's not for me is it's not very good. It's not a stance you should be going on with something that's this not controversial, but something that's this weird. It's very weird.
This is Nintendo literally trying to test the waters of what can we get away with.
I think you had the same opinion though, BG, about VR.
Yes. Have I been proven wrong?
Well, no, I'm saying that I just don't care.
Oh,
It's not for me.
I said VR. No, I had a stance. I'm not gonna want to come down and flop. I want to sit down and flop and play a game after a day of work. I don't want to be walking around and turning my head and playing through VR and stuff. You were like, it's for an afternoon type thing. I'm like, I just don't see the appeal of it. I was against VR. I still am against VR. I may have said it's not for me at a point, but I have always been against VR. really just as the next big thing, but I've always been against VR. I've never saw it as this great mountain of a leap in technology that so many people is gonna immerse you in video games further. I don't give a about playing Skyrim and I turn my head and my character turns his head. Like no. So I've always been against VR.
But you didn't seem to have such a negative opinion that you'd think it would negatively affect the thing that you like.
That's actually exactly what he just said. He doesn't want to play games where you're now forced to. Okay, well, let's say he would want to play a game like Skyrim, but now in order to play this game, it's only for VR. So while the story of the game and the character models are something he's interested in, he wants to check it out. But now he has to play it in the form that I have to turn my head to move my character's head. I have to do this with the VR controller. It's now affecting something he would otherwise have enjoyed. That's what he's trying to get across here.
If they released a Burnout or a Crazy Taxi in VR, I would have to get VR. And I would hate to do that.
Okay.
It affects it down the line by, like Versus says, it's enabling. By enabling this kind of activity, not taking a stance against the practice that, do you think this is wrong?
No.
That's I don't.
The price points in that, yes.
You agree. I want to put this in terms so it's clear. You agree that Nintendo's selling a cardboard kit rather than just simply putting up the designs online.
I was going to say that. Like, their price points in that, yeah, it's really dumb. If they put the designs out there, yes, that would have been the best scenario for consumers. And
that's
fine.
Fine.
As far as a PR move, they're not.
But you're saying that you will accept the fact that this kit exists in the market.
I don't care that it exists.
Oh, I always cared VR existed.
Acceptance is a strong word in this case. I saw it, I went, okay, and then I moved on.
You had no reaction.
No.
I literally can't even process that fact. Because how can you literally take no stance on something like that?
Same thing,
it's
Sony
almost
releasing the toys. Same thing with Skylanders when it came out.
I mean, with
there's so many things in life that I have to deal with, have to worry about, have
Mike,
to care
do
about.
you have a Vita?
Nope.
Okay. I remember you saying you didn't like that Sony had proprietary memory cards or proprietary things for their system.
No, that Sony is a company. Their cameras have proprietary things.
No, we were talking about micro USB cords, as a matter of fact, at the time. And you said that you didn't like that Sony had their own line of micro USB cords. And I said, no, they're universal. All micro USB cords work with the PS4 controller. You didn't like that Sony had proprietary things, such as the Vita memory cards, but you don't own a Vita.
Because I haven't owned a Vita. I don't remember talking about that. The only times where I've dealt with proprietary stuff have been with the Sony camcorder that I used to have.
What I'm saying, though, is you care that Sony has this proprietary thing, even though
Versus confirms this happened. He remembers it.
Even though a system that you don't own has it, you're still caring about the overall picture of Sony having proprietary things.
Yeah, I mean, I view it the same way with Apple and most other companies that have, like, just the cord that you have to buy specifically for their things.
This is cardboard you have to buy specifically for Nintendo's thing.
But I'm not... I potentially could buy a Vita or a Sony camcorder, or I could buy an iPhone again. Those are things that I can see myself buying. I literally can't see myself buying this. At all.
Did you see yourself buying Amiibos at first? Like the fact that you needed
it? Yes. Immediately.
Not seeing yourself buying it doesn't mean...
Again, as I said, there are a lot of things that I have to care about and worry about that the things I don't have to, I don't.
Oh boy. Okay. Now, Pro, you can step aside because I'm about to go
Oh.
hard at Mike.
Go, please. I'm about to explode. Go
That
for it.
is that is one of my least favorite things in the world.
I agreed. I can't stand it. Go, please. I'm done.
It's
Go.
that whole there's so much in the world to worry about. Why would I worry about this thing? It's nothing. Like it's something specifically to a hobby you enjoy that they're selling to a bunch of whoever's, and you're just like, well, there's bigger things to worry about, so who cares? That's terrible. Terrible. Mike, if I've already used that example, so it's ridiculous. You've already agreed to it. It's not a good thing. I love Sony. It's funny that I am more of Sony and Pro is more of Xbox and you're more of Nintendo. It's very funny to me. And I loves me some Sony. I freaking hate the Vita memory card thing. Hate it. I barely play my Vita. Barely ever played the Vita, but I hated it.
All right.
So like, just you could look at this and not go, yeah, it doesn't really affect me, so whatever.
But again, you're focusing on the Nintendo aspect. Again, I said if it were any other company, again.
Did I say Nintendo?
Okay. You seem to
He
bring
didn't.
up the
didn't bring up
aspects
Nintendo.
of
I'm
Sony
just
versus
saying
Xbox
that-
versus like.
No,
you
he
know,
literally just said it's funny to him how he's PlayStation, I'm Xbox, and Nintendo. He was just bringing up the fact that we each seem to like a different company.
And
more
I
so
was just
than
saying that
something
I
else.
freaking love Sony, but there are definitely things I don't like about them. This is something you shouldn't like. Even this is why Pro would say you're an apologist. You apologized for the whole adapter and the SD. Well, it's saving money and I don't really need it. It doesn't affect me, is basically what you were saying. It doesn't affect me, so it's not a big deal to me. But it's awful for people that's first time buying a 3DS. That was a awful move from Nintendo, and you just went, eh.
I think I said it was dumb.
That's after Pro went at you. He was like, you went, eh, and he went, no, Mike, this is awful. And you were like, it's kind of dumb.
You tend to not take a stance if it doesn't directly affect you, and that is a terrible, literally the worst mentality to have, because no matter how you think it will affect you in the immediate sense, what BG brought up earlier is a 100,000 billion% fact. If it becomes something that is accepted, it will come around at you. There is no such thing as a piece of industry that is attached to any exact business model that succeeds and is not spread throughout the entire rest of that type of business. Everyone does it. Look at it like this: Call of Duty Modern Warfare, Call of Duty 4. That game model is still the #1 shooter model used. It has been beat into the fucking ground, and yet people continue to buy it. Recently, this past year, we've seen a break in that. Why? Because the people who were apologizing and saying, it's okay, the game is still okay, and buying it, stopped. And guess what? They revamped the model, they revamped the engine, they revamped that, and they released an entirely new Call of Duty game. It wasn't good still, but it was new. And so now it still wasn't good, so again, they're back to the drawing board. They're trying to figure out what the fuck else they can do. No matter what you do, by not taking a stance on something, you're essentially saying, I give up any and all ability to argue it in the future if it comes back at me. If it's bad, you have to say it's bad.
How did you feel about online passes?
For
Season passes.
season
No,
passes?
online passes.
What are online passes?
Oh, you guys don't even remember this. back
No,
in around
clarify.
2011, 2012, to combat the used game sales, you had to have an online pass to get.
Oh,
online
yes!
DRM? No, what's it called?
It was
I know what you're
online
talking
passes.
about. Yeah, it's just online passes. Exactly. I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah.
How did you feel about online passes? Did you think it was a bad business model?
What games had it? I'm just trying to think of
I
examples.
remember Mortal Kombat having it.
Yeah.
I think the main ones were Warner Brother games and EA games.
Was it that
Yeah.
you had to be online to play them?
No, what it was you couldn't go into the online multiplayer
Without
unless you had
subscribing
online
to that.
pass.
Oh, I think Mass
Yeah.
Effect 3 had
Mass
that.
Effect 3 had that. Yes.
Yeah, those were dumb.
Okay. Did you buy those games used?
I did.
No, I'm asking Mike.
Really depends on the game, I feel like.
Just think back.
Did you buy Mass Effect 3 new?
new or used?
It may have been new because it really.
It was probably new.
It's probably new.
'cause
Let's-
we
yeah.
did love some Mass Effect.
Yeah, like
We
it depends on how big the game was. If I was excited about it,
You were.
Okay.
We loved that.
You
game. We
agreed
tried
that
to.
this business practice was dumb, but it didn't really affect you because you bought games new.
I bought it used. I had to pay for the pass.
Here's
So you
another
see
one.
how that comes around at you?
When the 360 came out, they started upping the game prices to $60.
mhm.
Yep.
Now, at the time, I'm sure it didn't affect you because you didn't have a. I'm sure you weren't day one 360 player. You were still on PS2 or Nintendo, whatever. Was
I wasn't
Nintendo
old enough to
GameCube
really
at the time.
buy games yet.
Yeah,
I didn't have a job.
Okay.
yeah.
So at the time, it didn't really affect you. It didn't really even matter to you. But then it just became standard, and now it does affect you.
Yeah.
DLC.
And now,
you-
here's-
I'm sure
hold on,
when DLC
PG.
was. Mhm.
just real quick, and on the point of price, I want to make sure I put this out there. Now, Nintendo is selling this cardboard kit with the game inside for $69.99 and $79.99. Now, if this succeeds, what's to stop companies from upping the price of regular games that just, because this is just cardboard. If they're selling a $25 game for $70 then just because there's a cardboard add-on, that means we could possibly see the advent of $70 to $80 base price games. What's stopping that?
Well, for one thing, that would only be one aspect of a lot of companies wanting to raise the price. I've seen that everywhere.
But that's what I'm saying is you're allowing that fact that this this Nintendo kit, I'm going to call it a game kit right now, could possibly lead to that because if Nintendo can get away with it, why can't we? That's what happened with Microsoft. It's exactly what happened. Because
I'm sure-
Halo 2 allowed them to price it for $60 because of its hype. And people bought it in mass, and they never lowered the prices again.
I'm sure loot boxes and microtransactions when they first came out in mobile and whatever, it didn't really affect you because.
Oh no, I do not like loot boxes.
Okay,
at
but
all.
at the time it didn't affect you because it wasn't in the games you played. So I'm sure you were very just like but then it seeped into games you played. And now
I
you hate it.
no, really. I actually haven't played any game where I bought loot boxes.
No, I didn't say buy. I said they're in the games you play.
You play PUBG, there are loot boxes. You have played Overwatch, yes, there are loot boxes.
I have not played Overwatch.
Whatever, I thought you have. Okay, but I'm saying is
No.
I know you play PUBG, bam, loot boxes, they're in the game.
They're
I
not
didn't
in your
say you had
face
to-
though.
They
Like,
are in your face. You can't do anything with your character, aesthetic wise, without the boxes.
Well, that
and
game,
now,
that game
here's the
isn't-
kicker.
That
No,
game
hold
isn't.
on.
Oh no. That game isn't about aesthetics for one. And
Yeah,
I have not
people,
played.
People love that customizing option for any character.
They
For
don't.
For instance, people are right now because of this whole Ugandan Knuckles thing. People are hardcore siphoning their fucking those boxes so they can get red shirt, white pants, white gloves. It's a thing people are doing. I know because I have asshole friends who do.
So what I was going to say is there are games that when you complete a mission, complete a level, complete an online game, will shove the loot boxes in your face that you win in a match. PUBG doesn't do that. They're not. You do not have to even look at them to go in and start a game. and
There's
finish
an
a game.
entire tab dedicated to them on their front UI.
You have to go
An
and
entire tab.
you have to go and seek it out and click it. I'm saying
Nope.
from winning a game to restarting a game, back and forth, you can never see them.
Hey, Mike, question. You gain...
Games like Overwatch, for games like Middle-earth, Battlefront 2, those games, and Destiny, those games put loot boxes in the front and center.
Question. When you win in PUBG, whenever you play PUBG and you place higher than bottom, you gain points. What are those points for, Mike?
Yes, you can use those points.
What are those points for, Mike? What is their singular purpose?
To get to those crates.
And what happens at the end of every
Hold
match?
on! Shut up! Let me retort. Brian has like fucking 50,000 points. He just gets them. He doesn't care. He can move on. That doesn't put it at the forefront. My problem is with the games, and I don't play these games, that literally shove the loot boxes down your throat.
You did play Destiny.
Destiny 1 didn't really have loot boxes. Not that I remember anyways.
I do remember some unlocks, but I don't remember.
Yeah. I mean, like, they had unlocks, but they weren't loot boxes. Destiny 2 definitely has them. But
Destiny 2 has them, yeah.
I have not played any games that shove it. Like, my first, in all honesty, run-in with loot boxes was the Battlefront 2 beta. Was the first time that where I, like, won a match, and it's like, open your boxes, your crates. I'm like, ugh. Like that, but...
Okay.
Before
You
that,
say
I
that-
had opinions on loot boxes well before that, though.
Okay, but the point is that you don't even play games with loot boxes, but you have an opinion on them because you feel this is a bad business practice.
Yes.
Okay, you're never gonna buy a Labo, but you have no opinion on it.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Neither do I, at all. So you really don't see the problem with a company selling cardboard.
Yeah, you can stop emphasizing the cardboard.
I really can't. It's something that literally blows my mind. The fact that this was allowed through any product testing. You don't care that this is happening. The people will buy this.
Nope.
Why not? What is your just literally just because it doesn't affect you? Is that the only reason you can give me?
I'm not going to buy it. I'm not going to pay attention to it.
Doesn't affect you. That's all you got.
It doesn't
You don't
bother
pay
me.
attention to loot boxes, but you still have an opinion that it's not a good business practice.
Yep. Can I not be selective about things that I care about and not care about?
That sounds less selective and more hypocritical.
Yeah.
Because your whole thing with the Labo of having no opinion on it is that you're never gonna buy it, so it's never gonna matter to you. You're never gonna buy a loot box, but it still matters to you, and you still have an opinion on it.
Mm-hmm.
There's literally no difference between the two except the people behind it.
Yeah. All I'm hearing is that you know what, Nintendo. It's fine, whatever.
Again,
I-
any
no, you
other
didn't say that.
company,
He
I
didn't
would
say
not
that. He
care.
didn't say it was Nintendo. The problem is we don't have any way to test that theory.
Yeah.
I can only go by what I see. You have a business practice that does not affect you in the slightest, and one you're never going to partake in, but you actively dislike it. Then you have a business practice that you're never going to partake in. It doesn't actively affect you, and you have no opinion of it.
Yeah. Just using
I
the
don't know why
scientific
you
method
would-
here, Mike, that things aren't adding up.
I don't know why you would dislike loot boxes so much if it doesn't affect you at all, and you would not have any.
Oh, there are
type of
games that
feeling.
I want to play that have loot boxes in them. I'm not playing them specifically.
So if a game ever that you do want to play, let's say a new Zelda comes out and there's a Labo aspect to it, are you gonna buy it?
If it's specifically like
Yes,
Labo,
that's what he's getting at.
no.
I'll have to see that.
Yeah, same, because I don't believe it. Not for a second.
If it
I'll
was
have
like
to
a
absolutely
mainline
see.
story that had a
Yes.
Labo side thing where it's like you
Yeah.
could do the supplementary, I'd buy it.
No,
Probably
not
wouldn't.
supplementary.
No, it's a part of the game mechanic.
Ugh.
Let's say a new Mario comes out, a new Mario Maker, and the Labo.
I haven't
is
bought the
aspect of
original
it.
Mario Maker.
But let's just say You could see it would be a good game and something you.
Oh
could
yeah, so I could
potentially
see them doing
interested
something.
in.
Yeah.
I don't know if you would skip it simply because it's Labo.
I skipped the original Mario Maker for one.
I don't know why. It looks awesome.
It does look fun, but I just
Let's
had no
say there's a Labo where you can create your own game board for Mario Party. Would you not get that?
create your own game board.
Yeah, the game board they play on, so you can have levels to it. You know, they'd have to jump up and down. There's splits.
Not for $80.
It would be like what?
Not for $80.
The $80 is for the game and the Labo set.
Probably not.
No, it's probably a kit. Like
Would you do it
together.
for 60?
No. Again, like I don't have any interest in the building aspect of it.
You're building a table for D&D.
Yes. That has other uses.
It has the uses of a table.
Yep. Other board games.
The Labo would have different uses for games.
Nah, they're pretty specific. It's to me, a Labo is like a Lego set where you can only build the thing that the Lego set builds. Like, that's how I view them. And yeah, as an arts and crafts project, sure, that's whatever. Not for me.
You just said you wanted something with a creative outlet.
Yes. But I can choose what I want to make. I am making a D&D story. I am making a table to facilitate that D&D story.
I just don't see why one would be problematic for you and the other isn't.
They're both really shady business practices. It's just
That's
different
what my
companies
whole
doing it.
thing come down to. Hey, DA, you're still here.
Am I?
Are you though?
Shatterpoint is the dumbest thing. I think about it every so often. I'm just like, how does that exist? Why? Who allowed
DA, what do you hate more? Shatterpoint or Episode 8?
I find the concept of Shatterpoint more stupid. It consumes me a lot more.
I barely know about Shatterpoint, and I'm gonna say Shatterpoint.
It's so dumb.
There's
It's
Okay.
so dumb. It's like, because there was some fun moments in the episode 8, but Shatterpoint is just like, what? Why?
Episode 8 is largely unenjoyable. Shatterpoint just sounds like the dumbest fanfic thing you will ever hear.
Yeah.
Holy, the Force is trash.
It really is.
I'm so glad I'm winning that in bet.
Oh, big win.
Oh yeah.
It's already over.
It is.
China dropped it in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Somebody else got on that hook. They said Star Wars. Somebody else bet me.
Oh no.
Mm-hmm.
That is,
It's only for $5 though. They didn't.
Yeah. How much did you bet, Mike?
20.
All right.
You might as well just slide me a crisp 20
I
the second I walk
It's
in.
over.
We should shake hands and I should pull away a 20.
I'm waiting until we actually get the numbers, and then if
Yeah,
you
it's a
win, I will
non-contest.
shake your hands and say, "Good bet, sir." Not a moment
you're
sooner.
unfun.
Not a moment
Oh, I'm
sooner.
going kicking and screaming in this Roman Reigns, boy.
Oh
You saw how
god.
it was like, man, anything could happen. But the second it could have been Roman, yeah, I'm winning. That's how you're supposed to do it. You're not supposed to have any humility.
Bringing up WWE, this whole Enzo thing that came out of right.
There's a
fucking
lot
here.
of shit like I've seen WWE related. I have a lot of things here. Yeah. For those that don't know,
Oh
Enzo
boy.
Amore, is that how you say his name?
Yeah.
Apparently hid from the WWE that he was under investigation for rape allegations.
Yep.
And yeah, his ass got fired.
See, here's the thing. WWE's policy with this thing is, if you're charged but not convicted, they will suspend you until you're not convicted, and then they'll bring you back. Enzo's thing was that he didn't even let nobody know.
Yeah.
So they suspended him, like is per their policy, until this whole thing blows over. If he was guilty, they were going to release him immediately. If he wasn't guilty, then they were going to bring him back. But he didn't let anybody know, and they got blindsided at a press conference or something when they were setting up for Raw 25, and they broke on Twitter, and somebody was like, what about the rape allegations for Enzo Amore? And then some PR person just has to go, what? Like, they can't say anything to that, and you're done.
Yes.
and from what I understand, weren't they putting him in some like focus point storyline too?
Right now, recently, until literally yesterday, he was the Cruiserweight champion. He was probably going to go to WrestleMania as the Cruiserweight champion too.
Okay.
And
So-
they just went. They didn't soft get the title off of him like you're gonna lose it at this Raw now until we figure things out. They just went, he's fired and we're gonna figure it out. Jesus, he is done.
Oh yeah, never again. He's screwed.
He is through.
I-
and what's
I-
worse is in the locker room, he's known as an awful person.
Oh yeah. From
There was a story.
Kelly was telling me about like what he is supposedly on record being charged as being said. He's like, I have 1 million followers on Twitter. You should be begging for this dick. I'm like, really?
That's her story. That's
Yeah.
her
I'm like, really?
These are factual stories right here, though. He was once on a tour bus with WWE superstars, and they were heading to their next performance, and it was the middle of the night. And he was talking and really loudly, and several people asked him to quiet down so the wrestlers could sleep. And he was like, that, and he just kept talking loudly, and he got kicked off the tour bus. That's a factual, actual happened story. And those are the types of stories that surround Enzo Amore. So,
Yep.
this was like a really last straw, not letting them know. They were just like, okay, you're done. There's just too much surrounding you.
$60 versus. Oh God, yeah. Oh God, versus yeah. What else about WWE? Because before I have one thing I want to bring up before we end this.
Nothing. I don't think Roman
Mike
Reigns
said he
got
has
any
other
any type of thing for his whole steroids crap. So
Well,
he'll
so
probably
the
be
things I
fine.
wanted to bring up with that were, so Undertaker is back?
No,
It's a meme. That was a meme, Mike. I know what you're talking about.
he cut a promo at Raw 25 at the Barclays Center, which is not even where they were performing at. It was just the first venue for Raw, so they did a little something special. They had a handful of crap matches, and DX came out and Undertaker cut a promo, and that was basically it. There are rumors that he could be coming back for a WrestleMania match with John Cena. But those are rumors.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't see how that playing out. He's hard fucking cripple.
Yeah, he's a rap.
I was going to say, he had
Yeah.
surgery, like, after his last WrestleMania match, right?
Yeah, his body is done. I personally hope he stays out because he is
Yes.
actually physically done.
Yeah, he's through. The thing is, The Undertaker was never great except for like 4 consecutive years of his career.
Yeah.
For roughly like 2005, 6-ish? No. When was WrestleMania 20? That was 13 years ago. So like, yeah, like 2005 to like 2009, he was amazeball. 2 completely, the matches he had with Michaels at Mania, fantastic. The
Wait,
matches
is this before or after American Badass?
After.
Oh, after.
Okay.
Yeah. So for those like 4 years, he was the phenom.
Yeah.
Everything before and after was just kind of.
So you weren't a fan of the whole Brothers of Destruction tag
I
matches
fucking
he was
love
doing?
Taker. Don't you ever?
Okay.
I can love something and
Oh,
recognize.
I'm
it for being
asking because I was
trash.
curious. No, I was asking because I was just curious. I wasn't making an assumption.
Okay. there's something weird that happened with me, and it was right around 2006. I want to say, I started noticing wrestling, and what I mean by that is I started noticing things that were happening in the promotion where it's just like, what the is happening? Now the Brothers of Destruction would always walk up to the ramp and then put their arms up at the same time, and I noticed that Kane was always looking for the Undertaker to do it, and he would do it like a split second later. And I was always just like, why?
Because there is no set time that he does it. If he did it at a but no, it was just whenever Undertaker felt like it.
Okay.
So he had to go, now. Oh, wait.
Why couldn't Kane initiate it?
Because it's not his gimmick. Yeah, so? Why didn't X-Pac come out and do the Kane raise his arm lower
He did.
thing?
And no fire came out. It was one of the gimmick things.
Why didn't RVD? Because it's not his gimmick.
Yeah,
Wait,
but
is RVD
didn't
still
do it.
around?
No.
He's still alive. If that's what you're asking.
No, I mean in the business,
Yeah,
because
let's
I haven't
check
heard
Twitter.
that name in a long time.
He might be in like a locker room role. Who gives a
No,
shit?
he's not.
Okay.
Oh, he's not even with them right now. Is he
Oh,
trying to
okay.
do indie stuff?
Yeah, but he's a bit of a pothead.
A bit. That's why he's
Shocker.
And those people, he reneges on dates and stuff. It's not good.
Oh man, it's over for him.
I think he's soft retired.
You know who is a Rizzy for? Jack Swagger.
Oh no, what?
Dude, have you seen the way he looks in indies? He's huge. He don't give a Okay, you're coughing up a hairball. Get off. Move.
I'm
Move.
sorry.
Get down.
I just been eating that hair.
Why? He cut it all off. Oh yeah, I'm
Oh,
cutting my
boy.
hair
Oh no.
in May.
Oh no.
Why I don't know?
Take it from me.
You wish you had
I
never
want
did it.
back.
You could always regrow it.
How
already
long?
told everybody
How
to
long
do
did it take? So, God, this is going a long ass time ago. DA used to have dreads that like lower back.
Mid back, yeah.
They were long.
I
It was-
get mine clipped. I ain't got time for that shit.
they were super long. And then just one year, he's just like, yep, shaved off.
Yeah, I should have just gotten them shorter. instead of
Like,
just cutting them
literally-
off. I don't know what I was thinking.
Dude, I love my hair.
Yeah.
I
I don't
shoulder
know.
length.
what
Your
I
hair
was
were
thinking.
weapons. Like, if
They
you-
were Dark Souls whips.
Yeah, if you would have just like literally at the base of the skull, like snipped them off, just like you could give someone a concussion. So how long did it take to grow that long before?
I had my dreadlocks for some like 8 years.
Jesus.
Oh, can we talk about Oscar-nominated John Cena?
Oh,
I was gonna
Oscar
also mention,
nominated
actually,
Boss
on that note, I
Baby.
was gonna mention that he's in talks to be cast as Duke Nukem in the Duke Nukem movie.
Yeah, okay.
That's the thing.
They can always Academy Award nominee John Cena
Cena.
is
Duke
Nukem.
Nukem.
Come on, Brad.
Oh, it's such a bad joke.
So yeah, there's the Oscar nominations came out, and really the only interesting, I feel, story, and it seems to be now a yearly thing, is the animation category.
Yeah.
The only other
We
thing
all
was
know who's running
Logan.
away with that bad boy.
Logan got adapted screenplay nomination, which is cool. But yeah, I think I have the list here.
I heard that Boss Baby was just a toilet fire.
See, here's the thing.
Yeah.
There are people that really, really like it and people that really, really hate it. I think the critics are the type of people that would like it. The problem is people are like, oh, we got in over Lego Batman.
Yeah, that is the
That is a
controversy,
sticking point with people.
which
Why?
was what happened with Lego Movie,
Batman
right?
was nothing.
People loved it. People think it's a great movie.
It was original flavored beef jerky. Just nothing.
Fine. Sustenance.
Sustenance. I need a midday snack that's not gonna be too fattening. One jerky.
Yeah, we got 4 animated. It's The Boss Baby, The Breadwinner, Coco, Ferdinand, and Loving Vincent. Ferdinand.
That's what I mean by Oscar nominated
John Cena.
How?
There were 6 animated movies and they nominated 5. That's how.
Okay, they could have got to some anime.
They're not gonna do anime.
They have before. It's mostly just Miyazaki though.
But we all know who's running away with that bad boy.
Coco should probably.
It
take
should.
Coco,
It should.
the god. Coco, the god.
Yep. Most other like
Oh, there was another animated movie that came out, The Star.
I thought you were about to say the Emoji Movie.
Was that last year?
That's
Yeah.
barely made its budget.
But it made it. I wonder how much Boss Baby made.
It's
enough.
like, I feel like Boss Baby is like the new B movie. It got money just because it was a fucking meme.
Well,
A lot?
it budget 125, box office almost 500 mil.
Jesus.
Undeserved.
Yeah,
I
many
can't say that. I never saw it.
many of the other nominations are filled with stuff from various movies like Get Out, Dunkirk,
Yeah. stuff
Shape
that-
of Water, and Three Billboards Outside Ebbing.
Still need.
Missouri.
I want to see Shape of Water so bad.
Yeah, it got 13 nominations from what I saw,
Yeah.
Good.
which is
Oh.
awesome because Del Toro fucking deserves it.
The thing with the Boss Baby is somebody put it on Twitter. I think it was Ilea, as a matter of fact. What the?
The Star.
That's more than I thought it would. She was like, the people that are hating that the Boss Baby got nominated are probably the people that never even saw it,
Yeah.
and that's probably what happened. They're just like, Boss Baby. Whatever. Literally, whatever. Who cares?
Yep.
Coco, though. Dude.
I just typed in Boss Baby fart, and there's stuff coming up. That's all
Yeah.
I need to know. Coco didn't have fart jokes.
No, it didn't. You know what would be hilarious?
And there's baby powder coming out of the
You know what would be
big baby
hilarious?
butt. I don't need to see this.
Oscar
Saved.
nominee. Teen Titans Go the movie.
Oh, that
no.
would kill people.
Oh, I want this. I want this. What animated movies are coming out next year? It probably doesn't have a lot of competition to beat. Oh, I want this.
Incredibles 2.
Oh, it's not gonna win.
Oh, it's just gonna be in there.
Yes.
That would be pretty hilarious.
Oh,
that would
I
hurt.
love.
That would hurt
Sherlock
so many
Gnomes,
people.
that ain't making it. Hotel Transylvania, maybe.
Oh, that's Spider-Man.
Yeah, Spider-Man's definitely making it. Duck Duck Goose, that ain't making it. Grinch might. Peter Rabbit might. Oh, Ralph too?
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's not making it in.
Yeah, it's probably not gonna make it. Dang it. Dang it. Madagascar 4?
Yep.
There was a 3? There was a 2?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, that's gotta be direct to video. Here's Netflix day of.
Let's see, is there anything else that I have on here? The only other two things that I have as far as notes were God of War trailer has a release date.
Yeah.
20th, I believe, April 20th.
Yep.
Um,
Blaze it.
and I mean, story trailer was a story trailer. Looks good. I'm curious about the actually playing it just because I think I'm in a minority, but I do like hack and slash games.
They got stale, man. Like they
God
were
of
fun.
War was something that could use an entry that wasn't that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like I love the Devil May Cry games, Bayonetta. Those are fun games. But I guess I could see that. I'm curious. So, do you think if I doubt this is going to be the case, but if for some reason this new God of War is just like doesn't do good, people are like, I miss the old gameplay. You think they try and go back to it?
No. I think they would give it one more go.
Okay. So I mean, like I know one of the aspects they're going for is like the or not Uncharted, Last of Us dynamic of father figure and younger.
The way I look at it is it would be like Resident Evil. Resident Evil 4 reinvented it, and it was very successful and very popular.
Yeah.
Then Resident Evil 5 came around, and people were very mixed on it. Then Resident Evil 6 came around, and people hated it, and then they went back to the formula. So even after the mixed reaction, they still tried one more time, and it wasn't until everyone hated it
Yeah.
that they were just like, okay, let's dial it back some.
Yep. Public outcry, man. It has some strength to it, Mike. You know.
Some strength, not a lot.
And then
Just sometimes
NBA
just
2K
enough.
still broke.
And then the only that's just a small little article. Apparently, Superman's red tighty whities are returning in the
or
comics.
like the 2000th issue or whatever it is,
Yeah.
1000th issue.
Action Comics. Yeah, he's gone without it for a while. Apparently, it was controversial when they removed them.
Oh, big controversy.
Really?
Yeah,
I did not know this.
It's iconic.
Yeah.
It would be like a Batman Kyle without ears. Idiot.
So the Dark Knight Returns.
No, he still at least had ears.
He had nubs.
Nubs. Just no ears. It's just a helmet, like Captain America's helmet. Terrible. No. People, and that's just how he is for the rest of all time until they bring back the ears.
And there's nothing made of it.
There's nothing made of it. It's just like, this is his design now. Okay, I guess. Dude, when Man of Steel was coming out, people were mad that the other
Yeah.
one weren't there.
I remember that one, yeah.
That
Interesting.
big controversy. It's changing an iconic thing. Also, stop using the N-word iconic, you bastards. Holy, I hate the internet.
Yeah.
Every other thing is freaking iconic. It's not. Okay. Kingdom Hearts, the first thing, iconic. You can say that's some iconic. Some that came out last year is not iconic. Shut up.
You know what is iconic? The Dragon Ball franchise. You know it's ending super soon.
Oh.
Super soon.
Thank God. Thank God.
Oh, it's coming to an end.
Oh,
Now,
boy.
now,
And
now,
I'm
the rumors are
smiling.
saying
People big sad.
the rumors are saying it's not an official end to Super. It's
No.
the end of the current run. Super may
No.
return.
Super as a series is done. Dragon Ball on TV as a series is not done.
The articles I was reading wasn't being very clear about
Yeah,
that.
like from the what I've read, it was they were stopping it to work on the movie, and then once the movie's done, it was gonna come back.
Nah,
Yeah.
it's
It's gonna come back, but it's not gonna come back as Super.
Okay.
Dragon Ball
I
is-
haven't read any definitive that said Super itself was done. I read that the current run of Super was
Super is donezo.
done. You hope so. I hope so.
Because they've got nothing.
Nobody thought this was coming from Toriyama before. You never know what kind of shill will happen next.
Here's what happened. The first arc, which was the movie, Battle of Gods, fantastic, original ideas. The same guy, who gives a shit? It is what it is. You gotta accept some things. And then they just went, nostalgia! Here's Frieza! Here's Future Trunks and Evil Goku that you guys always wanted. Here's another tournament for people.
Here's
another-
Jocko. You know him, right? Everybody knows him. Everybody's talking like he's just been here for the whole time. What? That always took me out of that.
So yeah, they got nothing left. Another tournament, traveling to the universe of the people that they couldn't even beat because it was too strong to be in this tournament. I mean, if Jiren can't handle it, then I'm sure Goku and Vegeta can. Shut up, Jiren is trash.
They in
My
like
favorite character. He's not a character.
they in one panel of the Super manga made him a more interesting character than he has been in like how many fucking episodes?
He's literally cross-armed strong man.
Like
Thank you, Versus. Thank you.
like he probably actually had more lines in that panel than he's had in the anime too,
Yeah. Yeah.
where he was basically they ask him to join the tournament, and he has like this very righteous sense of justice where he's just like, no, people here might need me, and I'm like, oh, I see
Something.
yeah, a shimmering of a personality has appeared.
Jiren would not look out of place on those reality towing shows.
Yeah.
Just the promotion with the guy in the back folding his arms all bald headed and holy
Oh,
that's my
I was
favorite
really trying. I'm
part.
like, wait, what is he talking about? But then, like, it finally clicked. What, like, the repo dudes?
Yes. That's what it could be called. Repo Dudes.
Starring Jiren.
Oh.
I must repossess for justice. My favorite character.
Fucking what's his name could be in it too with like his mustache.
The arm guy.
Yeah.
The huge arms, yeah. Yeah.
Why not throw Jinbei in there too?
Oh, that manga. Oh boy.
I want him to die.
He's not going to. He's gonna join the crew. He's the helmsman.
Why? When have they ever needed that?
You've got it now. You've got that. You've got Carrot, the cheerleader.
This isn't like in Usopp fixing the shit where there's clear patches and stuff. They've been whipping around the Grand Line and the Red Line through the whole, just
But now it'll be
seeing
better.
fire tornadoes, and it's just like, let's whip it, Chopper. Gotcha.
Now it'll be better. Now they'll be able to pilot the ship better.
How?
He's right. It'll be better.
And that's literally all I can think of. It'll just be better.
Good. Better.
Die, Jinbei, die.
He's not going
I wouldn't
to.
mind that.
But I will admit, Carrot, that transformation she did recently was fucking awesome.
Oh, the Sulong, yeah, that's
Yeah.
amazing.
That was awesome.
Don't try to derail my Jinbei hate though.
I
I just want Kaido to punch him through his chest, and that's just
To
the
smush
end.
him like he's nothing.
Just Jinbei, here's my strongest punch. Nothing. What? And then it's just guts and sinew everywhere.
And you'll be like a
Heels just off to the side.
the one minority of people where everyone else is gonna be like, no, Jinbei. You're just gonna be sitting there like fucking Citizen Kane.
I'll say that. If Jinbei dies, he's probably going to be top 3 for the rest of the manga
Oh,
character
yeah.
poll, and I
Yeah.
would take that over never seeing that man in another panel.
He's
He
not
could be
going
number
to
1
die.
for the rest of the 20 years of One Piece.
I want him to just like see Kaido and just cower and piss himself and just like run into the ocean right into a shark's mouth. He died, he lived.
Like a bitch.
Dying.
He's not gonna die.
Oh, he's
Just
gonna-
accept it. He's gonna be around.
Oh, he's gonna.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was somebody really stupid that made an argument that the reason One Piece isn't great is because none of the Straw Hats die. Yeah, this was a awful argument. They were like, if like 3 Straw Hats had died already, this would be a classic series. And he named like Robin, Frankie, and somebody else. Chopper, I think. What are you talking about, my guy? This is a mother that don't understand storytelling.
Now, is he a Dragon Ball fan?
Probably.
He's gotta be.
I was gonna say like
I can
until
look him up real quick.
well no. Fucking Dragon Ball had the Dragon Balls. What the fuck am I thinking? There's
Yeah.
never a thing of
Krillin
death.
died like a quarter into the series.
When the Dragon Balls were limited, maybe. Where it's like, you can only be brought back once. And then that went.
Hashtag unlimited power.
Mm-hmm.
So while we're still talking about this, I didn't want to bring this up because it was going a bit long, but I'll talk about it anyway. In my search to prove that I am the correct person, because I am the correct person, I started going back and rewatching certain parts of Dragon Ball Z and Naruto. Certain things that I didn't remember. And I watched a handful of fights in Dragon Ball. I watched Gohan versus Boo, both of them, and then the Gotenks versus Boo and all of that up into the Vegito, which I remember quite Deborah versus Gohan, which is actually a really good fight
Ooh.
that
Oh yeah.
no one talks about.
You know what? Somebody in the Dragon Ball Fighter Z rating thread, they were talking about. I'm gonna skip out on this because it doesn't have enough core characters, or they're missing some core characters. 17 was one, Raditz was one, and Deborah was one that they were talking about. Deborah ain't a core character. He
Deborah
ain't
got
nothing.
a sword and he spits. Shut up. And I watched 17 and Piccolo.
Best fight of the series.
That's a good fight.
Really good, really good. I watched 18 and 17 versus all of them. I watched a bunch of just little things to help jog my memory. Then I watched Sasuke versus Danzo, Sasuke versus the Kage, Sasuke versus
This is a series called Naruto.
Sasuke versus because Naruto basically does nothing.
Nothing. The main character.
Sasuke versus Sakura, Kakashi, and Naruto. Gaara
There's
versus
the name.
Deidara,
Mhm.
and like one or two others. Naruto's fights suck.
They're not
The
good.
Danzo fight was one of the worst things I've ever seen.
They're not good, my dude.
I completely forgot. All that fight was Danzo going, I have these 12 eyes. And this was the introduction of Izunami, which is just, I can just rewrite history. It didn't happen. And he had 12 goals of it. And it was just Sasuke killing him 12 times. And he's like, oh, I got another Izunagi. What? I'm under a Genjutsu. I don't have another one. Oh, I'm dead. That's all it was for 3 episodes.
See, why'd
That
you
was
do,
the- that
why'd
was
you do
one of the worst
episodes
fights.
instead of the fake manga? You knew they were going to stretch that bastard out.
No, I think that was.
It's Sasuke.
Dude, it was terrible. I think I am 100% right in this Naruto. It's
See,
the worst.
Okay, again, the fights themselves are terrible, but at least they're different.
But in most of those fights with Sasuke, he just goes, "Oh yeah, how about this new thing?"
That's Sasuke, though. He's trash. He
no,
just
that's Naruto. It's trash.
He just gets a new eye thing, and it's like, but what about this, though? Activate.
So,
Number 1 character, please.
he just activates his Susanoo and everybody's like, ah yes, the Susanoo. Classic Sasuke.
Look, they're both hacks,
So bad.
and they both came around right when they needed
Yep.
to get
Yeah.
their popularity.
So yeah, I'm just gonna keep watching fights that I don't remember. I think I'm almost tapped out on Dragon Ball, but there's a lot in Naruto where I'm just like, did that
the
happen?
bus ride.
The-
We should bring the splitter and both watch it.
The Gaara fight versus Deidara was fine.
That was
It was fine. It was just a lot of flying and
Like the
It was
only
quick, too.
ones later in the series that I can recall kind of liking, mostly I'm thinking of the war,
Actually, you might want to read that afterward.
was when Madara was just slaughtering people. And I'm going purely on animation aesthetic at this point.
Oh, that animated fight was actually pretty awesome.
And then
sure that's fine, but
the
Jiren
fight.
versus Goku was animated very well, and that's just like that's nothing. I don't care about animation.
This
Yeah.
this is me talking.
It's the most overrated.
And then the
quality.
end Naruto Sasuke fight, like the last one,
Yeah, that was
was
good.
it was the same animator who did the original one. Yeah, like, but that's about it.
Okay, no, that's not even a joke versus because Boruto has silver eyes. That's not
He's
even
making
a
a
joke.
Oh yeah, you're right.
You can't make a joke about this.
Oh no.
Now, in the future, we may need to do, which is worse, Boruto or Super.
It's
Oh,
Boruto.
it's no
Hands
super,
down
because
Boruto.
Boruto is just largely nothing. It's
Yeah.
meandering. Is
It's
what it
trash.
is.
There have been really good moments of Super. I can't say the same for Boruto, mostly because I know nothing about it.
No, it's bad. You trust me. It makes all of the bad moments of Naruto look like genius
We
writing.
could do Boruto versus Super versus Black Clover.
There was this one moment.
This thing is, Black Clover isn't badly written; it's badly acted.
Mm.
There you go.
There was this one moment in the Boruto manga that I was just skimming through that somebody was like, "Hey, this is pretty funny." It was they're collecting cards, and then everybody was like, "Oh, I got 15 Shinos. Who cares about Shino?" And Shino's their teacher. He's like, "Oh, Shino's so weak. He's probably weak in real life." And Shino's walking in the door. He's like, "I'm glad I'm wearing this mask so they can't see me cry." And that was it. It was just like this little funny thing. I was like, "That was funny."
Probably they use, Let's wrap up.
All
It's
right.
almost midnight.
Yep.
I'll save it for next week.
In
then.
conclusion.
Damn.
Naruto sucks. Naruto is terrible.
In conclusion,
Fight me.
Toriyama and Kishimoto are complete hacks.
Agreed.
Oda is a guy, except for Jinbei, who needs to die.
He's not gonna.
Mike is a shield.
Yeah.
Enzo Amore is done.
Really quickly, I want to do a panel and a con called Clannad, and Clannad After Story is terrible. Fight me. I was thinking about that so hard. I was like, that seems like so much fun.
Oh, definitely do that.
I would love to see that.
Matsuri-kan.
Yeah, Matsuri. We can make that happen.
I will watch
You
that
want
with
war.
you.
DA, Matsuri. We can make that happen.
We have
I'll see how I feel about it.
we have the technology.
Oh!
Alrighty. Thank you everybody for tuning in to this episode of the Podcast of Stuff. We might be streaming this weekend, maybe. I don't know. I know we're gonna be playing fighters, but
We'll see.
we shall see. As far as
You won't.
I mean, I'll see the
Wow, that was
stream.
awful. I apologize.
wow, it's the low blows there.
I don't give
Yeah.
a fuck. I'll see the
I
stream.
was halfway not going on this trip.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. So we're playing fighters and other things. So maybe we'll stream it. Maybe we won't. I don't know.
Oh,
We,
we
shall
could
see.
definitely do Ruby.
What?
I don't want to watch Ruby.
Dude. Why would
Please,
you?
no, stop! I want this. I need this. Watch it. We need this discussion group. I need
Why
this.
wouldn't you just do Was It Trash?
We need this. We need
For
this.
that as a film.
That seems a little overlong. I think I like the it's trash fight me.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, everybody. We will see you next week.
Later.